I would like you to sit with me for a few minutes. Have a cup of tea or coffee while I explain what we are doing on this YouTube channel. In this book review, we're going to review The Shopping Basket by John Burningham. John Burningham puts lots of humour into this story, and young children absolutely love it. It's very repetitive and there's lots of humour in it. The book starts with Stephen on his doorstep with his mummy and their baby. And his mum asks him to go to the shop. He has to get lots of things in the shop, and he also has to deliver a note. He's a bit nervous because he wants to get it right. His mother says to him, "Stephen, go to the shop and get me 6 eggs, 5 bananas, 4 apples, 3 oranges, 2 donuts, and a packet of crisps for your tea. Oh, and deliver this note at number 25. Poor Stephen, can you imagine having to remember all those things? I can't even remember where I put my car keys on. I go upstairs and think, why have I come up here? And I come back down again. But oh, poor Stephen has to remember to buy all these items and to post a note through a letterbox. So Stephen sets off and he passes the house at number 25. He didn't post the letter or the note. He walked straight past it. And eventually he got to the shop where he was buying the items. So when Stephen got to the shop, he bought the 6 eggs. He put them in his basket. He bought the 5 bananas. Put them in his basket. Wow, it's getting heavy now. He bought the 4 apples and put them in his basket. 3 oranges for the baby. Remember, they're for the baby. 2 donuts. I wonder who these are for. Do you think they're for Stephen and his mummy? And a packet of crisps for his tea. Oh, I can hardly pick this basket up. It's very heavy. Poor Stephen has to get all the way back home. But do you know what? On the way home, there are lots of animals who threaten him. But when Stephen came out of the shop, there was a bear, and the bear said to him, "I want those eggs." And Stephen thought, he's threatening me. So you know what he did? He threw an egg up in the air and expected the bear not to be able to catch it. He did catch it, but splat! It wasn't a boiled egg, it was a fresh egg. So it went all over the bear's head. This is what's so fantastic about John Burningham. The humour there for, you can imagine the children looking at this story in the book and thinking, that is so funny, and what's the bear going to do now? But anyway, Stephen hurried on with his shopping basket and he came to a monkey. "Give me those bananas, I want those bananas." And Stephen threw a banana on top of a nasty dog's kennel and said, "I bet you can't get that without waking the dog." But the monkey did try, and of course he did wake the dog. The cheeky monkey. Did you see the banana in his hand? This is what makes this book so attractive and funny for children. So Burningham has a great sense of humour. He's got these fantastic illustrations and children will absolutely love them. So the monkey has the banana in his hand and it's on top of the dog's kennel, and guess what? Yeah, he woke the dog and the dog was barking and the monkey was so afraid. Wah, 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 wah. The monkey was on top of the kennel like this and hurried home carrying his basket. But then he came across a kangaroo, and the kangaroo said, "Give me those apples in your basket or I will thump you." You know, kangaroos, well known for that, aren't they? Thumping, yeah. and he didn't give it to him. Didn't give him the apples, but he looked across and saw the workmen working, digging up the road, and they had a little tent there. Said, if I threw this apple over that tent, you're so clumsy you won't be able to get it. And the kangaroo said, me clumsy? And he tried to jump over the tent. And look at this picture. And you see the picture there? The kangaroos tried to jump over the tent and landed on the men digging up the pavement. They knocked his tea over. Look, his tea's falling out of his cup. Spilt out. The lights are falling over. Ah! What's this? Said kangaroo, jumping on top of them. When Stephen got to a full litter basket, he saw a goat, and the goat said he wanted the oranges in his basket. So Stephen thought, what will I do? So he took an orange out of the basket. He said, if I throw this into the litter basket, I bet you couldn't get it out. So he threw it in. And guess what? The goat tried to get it. Look. Tipped over the basket, and there was litter everywhere. How fantastic is this? Because John Burningham, not only does he write beautiful stories, but the illustrations are fantastic. So the litter has come out of that basket, and I can see cans, I can see boxes, I can see paper cups, lots of other paper things, all the things that you would actually see in a litter basket. Stephen hurried on home carrying his basket. Then he came across a gap in the railings, and there was a pig. And the pig said, give me those doughnuts, I want those doughnuts. And Stephen said, if I put a doughnut through that gap in the railing, you're so fat, I bet you couldn't even get it. Me fat, said the pig. There is the pig stuck in the gap in the railings. So Stephen hurried on home carrying his basket. But when he got to number 25, remember what he had to do there? Put the note through the letterbox. There was an elephant. And the elephant said, give me those crisps. I want those crisps. If you don't give me those crisps, I'll whack you with my trunk. Stephen said, if I put these crisps through that letterbox, your trunk is so short you won't be able to reach them. My trunk short, said the elephant. And he tried to put his trunk through the letterbox and reach the crisps, but no, look, he's struggling, isn't he? He's falling down the steps. Hilarious. Can you imagine that? Walking down the road and seeing an elephant on somebody's doorstep putting the trunk through the letterbox. Stephen carried on walking with his shopping basket. But when Stephen got home, who do you think was waiting for him on the doorstep? Not another animal, his mother. And she said, Stephen, I only asked you to get 6 eggs, 5 bananas, 4 apples, 3 oranges, 2 doughnuts and a packet of crisps. And leave a note at number 25. And you've been ages. How did it take you so long? Poor Stephen, can you imagine? He actually got the shopping list right. He actually posted that letter into number 25. And because it took him so long, his mother was questioning him about that. Do you think she would have believed him if he'd said what had happened? How all those different animals had approached him and threatened him? I wonder. When you go to our homepage, grandmacath.com, you will see information about the books we've used in the videos and any upcoming activities and projects.